You hear that? That's the old Bill.
Referring to the police as the old Bill. You sound like you're from London.
So unless you want to explain why you got America's favorite invisible wanker dead on the floor...
Holding Pee Wee Herman's visibility against him.
You got a problem, you call me, I solve the problem.
Well, it sounds like you didn't actually solve the problem. That's an unfortunate trunk pounding to happen right during your sales pitch, Billy.
What is that?
Hearing what sounds like a human being banging from inside your trunk and asking this question from the exact car where you moments ago placed a human being inside your trunk. Touching someone else's face. For that matter, touching your own face. Do you know how dirty your hands are? Seriously, when you pet your dog, I bet you're worried about picking up germs, but honestly, it's the dogs who should worry about us.
Oi, Frenchie!
Nicknaming your gun runner after a beauty school dropout.
How would you like to double your money?
A double of 0 is 0.
Frenchie would be the Frenchiest at TVSins.
You got translucent in your tongue, huh?
Getting translucent in your trunk is definitely a sin. That will expose all your shit.
I'm sorry. I asked for translucent.
In what world did they not tell this kid that they had to change up the superhero visit? I get that the superheroes are assholes in this world, but are the medical care workers too? The live stream viewership starts to tank at the exact moment the oops, wrong hero cringe kicks in. And do you even internet, bro? Cringe is where the ratings magic happens. Gen Z, baby! Giving Maeve the hint of nipples on her sculpture suit, but keeping Homelander's suit nipple free. Either go full Schumacher or don't.
I like to do my own investigating.
Conspiracy culture.
The deep is coming.
My shocked response to almost every single scene involving the deep somehow makes it into the episode.
People love a team up.
Joss Whedon's Justice League needs to have a conversation with you, Ashley. If you use the $10 as an S, an I, and an O, you could change this to say, tease the penis nuts, yo. And honestly, I'm ashamed for the young people in this neighborhood for not doing it.
That stuff really blocks the chip signal.
I mean, maybe. But even if it does, what about the walls, vents, or any recorded location data it might have already sent out? This is a tinfoil Band-Aid, and tinfoil Band-Aids suck.
You just dropped the Moby f***ing dick of problems on my plate.
So it's the problem you've been obsessively hunting down your whole life? And why is it on your plate? I think Frenchie may need some metaphor lessons.
All right, I bet we suffocate him.
Some Dominicans already tried this, way back 07.
And what happened?
They're all f***ing dead. That's what happened.
Right, but what happened? It's frustrating enough that this isn't an answer to what Butcher asked, but even more frustrating that Butcher just accepts this yada yada bullshit when he should be following up on why suffocation wouldn't work.
You're gonna kill him?
What did Huey think they were going to do? I really want to like this character, but writing him as this naive makes it really hard sometimes.
You're talking about randomly killing one of the most famous men on the planet.
Randomly? No. This killing would be of a specific man at a specific time. Recklessly, sure. Arbitrarily, fine. But not randomly. Words mean something, Huey.
You can't get A-Train if you're a greasy smear on the pavement.
Actually, that might be a perfect way to get A-Train. If you're greasy enough, it can provide a banana peel-esque pratfall. And with A-Train going at full speed, his head hitting the pavement would pop that sucker like a balloon. Just saying, if you need a backup plan.
Oh, come on, Madeline. You do not need to hide things from me.
Nor could she. How does anyone hide anything from the guy that can basically see and hear anything he wants to?
Gods are pure and they're perfect.
Madeline needs a crash course on Greek mythology. Zeus was basically a horn dog that would turn himself into all sorts of animals just to do sexy time with humans. And that's just one of them.
You're leaking.
Thank you.
What the f*** is this scene? I hate it when shows try to do phone interfaces. In what world does a phone not give you at least the time info of each of these calls? And more likely, wouldn't it just lump them together into a single notification that says you've missed 27 calls from dad who doesn't have a picture on his contact card for some reason? As Boimler chats with Scotty, McCoy decides to trek this gun all the way out to this counter to set it up for maximum dramatic effect. Huey's hands survived this. They built a 7 right into their headquarters, which, cool, I guess, but it also kind of limits you from ever expanding the lineup if you want to really capitalize. You're setting yourself up for a 14 teams in the Big Ten situation, and there's nothing you can do about it now. Also, what if you want to sell the building? I used to live in a town where the Solo Cup company built a giant 2-story concrete Solo Cup right into the side of the building and had a hard time selling it. The final negotiations included a giant ping pong ball, but that's a story for another day. What is it with just leaving all these screens on and running all the time? It looks like pretty detailed and important information back there that nobody ever seems to use, but is just available to anyone who comes in. If it's for decoration, wouldn't you go with like some flying toasters or something?
Rounds coated in the same carbon metamaterial as his skin.
But if you can actually manufacture the material his skin is made of, then why isn't everyone just wearing a translucent suit for protection? Oh no, not a tear in the tinfoil. Is it a tear that's just specifically big enough to give Vought a general location without letting them know exactly where Translucent is? You bet it is.
Oh wow, what a surprise. A water crime.
I get he's being sarcastic, but he shouldn't be surprised at all. Someone had to tell him where to be, so he knew before he got there it was a dock. Also, you're the water guy, dude. Get over it. This would be like the best pilot in the world being upset they always make him fly planes and never give him submarine duty.
You're just the fish guy.
That's marine biologist. Why are they running drugs in these dolls? Either A, they're buying actual Homelander dolls and then unboxing them and inserting drugs and reboxing them, or B, they're making their own detailed Homelander dolls with voice technology. Either way, this is a lot of effort to smuggle mostly air in something that would be easily beaten by an X-ray.
Hey boys.
Now I'm confused as to how the water played a part in this at all. Feels like there are other ways he could have gotten to the other side of the warehouse without swimming.
Yeah, stand over him and say this is lit.
They bring camera crews to all the crime scenes before the criminals have been apprehended? Isn't that insanely dangerous? Makes you wonder how many innocent cameramen and mic guys have been murdered because of this tactic. I'm guessing at least a few.
Come on. Susan. 5 minutes alone with a piece of paper. For old time's sakes, and I want to know.
I mean, we don't kink shame, but the paper cuts alone, man. Don't do it.
Did I mention this is life or death?
I'll send an edible arrangement to your funeral.
Susan says this like it's a bad thing. There's nothing inappropriate about sending edible arrangements to a funeral, right? Right? Oh man, I think I know why most of my friends who have lost loved ones don't call me anymore.
I thought you might be thirsty, so.
I brought you some water in a glass without thinking that maybe that could be a dangerous idea. My brain stops working when I feel empathy.
Buddy, my superpower ain't invisibility. It's reading people. Watching them when they think they're alone.
Which you can only do because of your invisibility.
Water balloon filled with blood and meat.
Foreshadowing. This guy breaks a window, looks around with a flashlight, and then moves on from the exact kind of place that Translucent might be in. They used to say when I was growing up that TV makes you stupid, and I'm just now realizing they might have been talking about the characters. Spaghetti.
Boy, they're blowing so much smoke up Maeve's ass. It's a miracle she doesn't die of lung cancer.
Colon cancer seems more likely in that case, but sure, Senator, the rectum leads to the lungs, since politicians are clearly the experts on how women's bodies work.
Everyone loves to bask in their glow. But tomorrow morning, no one's putting soups into national defense.
It's lucky for Madeline that Senator Calhoun opened his big mouth, because now she can conveniently set him up with Doppelganger and get the blackmail pictures before he hits the Senate floor with his decision.
Miss, do me a favor and shut your eyes.
Telegraphing your superpower. Not preparing yourself after a superpower has been telegraphed.
That feels different.
See, the joke is that the shapeshifter shifted to a man to take pictures the senator wouldn't want released. But couldn't they have just shifted the parts that would be seen in the picture and left the other parts the same? And if it does feel different down there, how is the senator also not feeling the extra weight in the contact area? Having to see a nature special on turtles to get the obvious idea, what if we go through an orifice on the guy with impenetrable skin?
I need him unconscious.
Why?
Because I got it.
But Frenchie isn't going to tell Billy or Huey his plan yet, because we need to be surprised. It's as if he knows he has a TV audience he needs to keep in suspense. Whatever these candies are.
You shiver when you orgasm, sir.
I mean, who doesn't? Also, if this is Doppelganger's natural look, why would he choose that in the blackmail picture?
It's not fatal to be a homosexual these days.
It is in Oklahoma, sir.
Oklahoma.
No one wants your fucking soups in the army.
No one? Sure, I can see some politicians being loyal to gun manufacturers and the like, but I don't believe that no one would be interested in seeing the soups in military scenarios. I also can't believe this is the first senator Stillwell has blackmailed into her pocket. Maybe they don't get enough votes, but they sure as hell would be getting more than none.
So how do you get to the squishy size? Through the mouth, no? The stomach acid, the gag reflex.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there, Frenchie. You lot have been attempting to kill Translucent in a variety of ways, and you haven't been shy about it. When you thought you had a bullet, you just marched in and shot it at him. So don't give me this stomach acid, gag reflex shit. He was unconscious. So the number of ways you could have killed him through his nose, mouth, or anus easily and quickly without using a bomb are countless. Nope, you, and by you I mean the show, just wanted a way that would be super disgusting and also have Huey have to be the one to make the choice.
Wait. Just ask anything.
Boring AMAs.
Oh my.
You've still got a bomb in your butt that you can't pull out without setting it off, so Homelander or not, you're still in quite a pickle. Well, actually, the pickle's in you, but you know what I mean. So even if I did believe that Huey was dumb enough to leave a glass in with a prisoner, there's no way in the, let's just say, intimate way they implanted that bomb that either Frenchie or Butcher didn't see it there and immediately confiscate it. First, even if a bit of urine somehow shorted out a freaking car battery, and let's just say that's doubtful, if it's just a simple slide lock on that thing, why hasn't he just bumped it with the glass or just withstood the shock for a second or two to quickly flip it open? I can't show you because, well, it's really gross, but the amount of viscera that lands on Huey is so concentrated and thick that there's no explanation for how the walls, all directly around the location of Translucent's interior redecoration, barely have just a slight case of splatter. I mean, that thing completely wrecked him. Also, shouldn't his meat and blood balloon have stayed intact on the exterior? It's either impossible or super convenient for the effects team that his skin is only impenetrable from the outside, and honestly, I don't care which.
I'm jumping my butt!
Don't pander to me, kid. One tiny crack in the hull and our blood boils in 13 seconds. Solar flare might crop up, cook us in our seats.
Oh man, I shot Marvin in the face.
What? It's like looking in a mirror, only not.
Open it. Who is in there?
Man, I ain't riding in no goddamn trunk for no minute, man. Why I can't ride up front with you?
You're gonna kill him?
In case you people have forgotten, I am the law.
Well, where is he? Jersey City.
It's not really the brown girls from Jersey City who save the world.
You're so ambitious, aren't you? Do you know what you look like to me with your good bag and your cheap shoes? You look like a rube.
No one wants your f***ing soups in the army?
No soup for you!